Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Folks are saying that Doechii is an industry plant, and also reports are saying that Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour is having slow sales. Now, there have been several different reports saying that Beyonce's tour has not been selling as quickly as usual. Now, I kind of looked at Ticketmaster and I did see that she sold out several dates. She sold out in Atlanta, in Texas, and some dates in New Jersey and Chicago. So a lot of her tour stops have been largely sold out, but there have been some dates that still have a lot of tickets available. And I think that's really due to a few reasons. For one, Beyonce is not really doing a lot of tour stops for this tour. She's only going to a handful of cities and she's doing several shows per night in that city. So some nights are going to be sold out while the other nights are going to be slower to sell. It happens. Also, another reason is the ticket pricing. The ticket prices have been a bit high for this tour, and that hasn't been exactly encouraging to some fans because the economy is unpredictable, especially in this Trump era. So people don't have money to just splurge $400 to $500 to $1,000+ on one concert ticket. And there have been rumors that Ticketmaster has been using dynamic pricing because some fans have noticed that some of the ticket prices have dropped, but that's only what some reports are saying. I personally look at Ticketmaster, and from what I've seen, some of the lowest ticket prices are like $150+, and that's way in the nosebleed section. So Beyonce is out here charging people a pretty penny. But her tour is not flopping. I mean, she's already sold out in several cities, and I think as time goes on, she's going to sell even more tickets. I think the moment Beyonce steps on stage and her first concert goes viral, more people are going to be interested to come. You're going to see people bring out their cowboy boots, their cowboy hats, dress up in their whole getup just to go see Cowboy Carter. And even the ones who didn't like the album are going to be there because they just want to see Beyonce perform. I personally would have loved if she actually waited until she dropped Act 3 and then toured on Cowboy Carter and Act 3. That would have been a moment, but I do understand that she wants to make money off of each era. But the problem with that is not everybody's going to have the money to see her on tour for every era. But the people who do have money are going to see her. So it is what it is. She cares about getting her coins, and she will get them because people just want to be entertained. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this. Now, Doechii is, I guess, the new it girl in rap right now. She's everywhere. She has been getting a huge push in the industry. She won a Grammy for Best Female Rap Album for her mixtape. Also, 3 months into the year, she was already crowned Billboard's Woman of the Year. She's literally been everywhere. She's been at some of the major fashion shows overseas. She recently came out and performed with the legend Lauryn Hill. I mean, Doechii has been killing it, and her team has been on it. TDE has been putting some serious money behind her, and I do think TDE has a lot of money to blow because they probably got a big bag from Universal Music Group, and so they've been splurging on their artists like Doechii and SZA and even Kendrick. Although Kendrick is no longer technically with TDE, TDE still has business ties to him via SZA. But I say all that to say that TDE got money, and they're definitely investing heavily in Doechii, making sure she gets the visibility and the stream she needs. They also got the business connections they could use for her as well. They got ties to Roc Nation and Capitol Records and UMG, so they could pull from all those different resources to help give her a push. So she has a machine behind her, and it's amazing, honestly, because it's very, very rare that the industry really invests in dark-skinned women like this. Very rare. And I saw Azealia Banks make an interesting statement about it. Now, even though her statement was kind of haterish, she did point out something that I thought was interesting. And shout out to the Neighborhood Talk for taking a screenshot of this. But in her tweet, she said the reason why Doechii has been getting this push is because she probably signed away her masters, her publishing, her image rights, and probably a big portion of her royalties too, in exchange for this sudden push. And I wouldn't be surprised if that were true, but I really do hope that's not the case because they're gonna rob her blind. But the shift in her career is very noticeable. I remember a few years ago, she would have never gotten this push. She actually had a buzz going with her songs What It Is and Persuasive, but TDE did not capitalize off of those moments and they let her buzz die down for a little bit. But when she dropped her mixtape, all of a sudden TDE started pushing her aggressively, and it seemed like it all happened out of the blue. So I do wonder if she signed a deal to create that shift, because something definitely changed for her in the last 6 months. And it's really amazing to see, honestly. But with her rapid success has come some pushback, because a lot of people feel like she might be an industry plant. And the industry plant talk really started to escalate after her appearance on First We Feast. On the show, she said that straight men are a red flag. I thought she would have said DL men, because that's what she rapped about in her song Denial is a River, but she said straight men, and that turned off a portion of her fan base, believe it or not. There were a lot of men who were rocking with Doechii up until she said that, and now they look at her like a plant being used to create division between men and women, and they think that she's pushing this whole feminist anti-men agenda. There's a lot of discourse about this online, but a lot of people are starting to feel like she is a plant because she recently was named Billboard's Woman of the Year. Some people are questioning, what has she done to earn that title? Because the women who have earned that title have had the stats to back it up. I'm talking about #1 hit singles, platinum selling albums, selling out major arenas and even stadiums. I'm talking about artists who have made a big impact on Billboard. And as talented as Doechii is, I think it's a bit premature to label her Billboard's Woman of the Year. I would say give her another year, let her drop an album first and see how she does. And then if she blows it out the water, then yeah, give her Billboard Woman of the Year. But as far as this year is concerned, I think it's a bit too soon, and this is why people think she's a plant. And it didn't help when Rolling Stone did a whole write-up about it, basically calling people misogynistic and queerphobic and colorist for hating on Doechii. And honestly, this didn't help. It didn't help because Rolling Stone is starting to show their bias. I mean, they didn't defend Lil Nas X or Sexy Red or Ice Spice or Tyla when they were being called plants. And being called a plant kind of comes with the territory. Anytime an artist blows up out of the gate, automatically people are going to question how legit their success is. Now, Doechii is not a plant because she's been in the industry for some time. She's been making music for 5 years now. But the plant allegations are coming from the fact that her team has been using aggressive marketing. And while aggressive marketing has its advantages, it also has its downsides too. You want the artist to do well, but the public has to catch up first. There still has to be some type of organic support. And Doechii does have supporters, but she still has to build. She's still in that building phase. So I think that her team might have to be careful not to do too much too soon, because it's going to turn people off and people are going to feel like you're forcing the artist on them. This actually happened with the artist Her. Y'all remember her? Her was everywhere at one point. She was winning all types of awards. She was like the industry's golden girl, but she was accused of being an industry plant. And since that happened, she kind of fizzled out a little bit. And it's unfortunate because she's very talented. And I can say the same thing for Doechii. Doechii is very talented and she deserves to be recognized, but her team has to be very careful not to force feed her to the public. But one thing that could turn this whole thing around for Doechii is if she comes up with a smash hit song. If she drops a banger, an undeniable album, all that industry plant talk will die down completely. And I do think her song Anxiety does have the potential to be a big hit for her. But I think Doechii is going to go far. I mean, she has the talent, the charisma, the drive, the star power, and she has a machine behind her. So nothing can really go wrong unless her team screws things up or unless she gets caught up in some more controversy. Because that whole comment she made about straight men being a red flag was controversial. And even though it was kind of a lighthearted statement, it still turned off some of her fans. So she has to be mindful of that. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.